from the middle. But Hutchinson is looking for a strong range. Should we let Ash know? Yep.
Yeah.
Is he just going to start it or what's he going to do? Get on that look, right? Dodgy long-tail Wi-Fi.
So what are these 20-minute quarters? Are these 20 minutes lost?
Yep.
About 6 to go.
Oh, 40. You might have Daniel's flex might do. I just said dodgy. There's 15 people watching. Caught out so many times with that, especially in that. See, what is it, Rob?
9:13:67.
Yep.
25:17.
He gets in touch with me.
Fans, boys, what? Fans.
Turn the heaters on,
I
Scooty.
don't think I've ever seen it like this.
No,
Turn
that's
the
something
heaters
done.
on.
It's pretty sunny out Prospect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
pretty much so.
I think we're in just a bit of a little chunk of it here. Anyway, hopefully it is. We'll make the calling interesting anyway.
We couldn't see a thing. We can hear the goal off and flat.
Yeah, it was really tall, wasn't it? Yeah, going to Good afternoon and welcome to Windsor Park, and if you are tuning in and looking at your screen, don't be alarmed. The cameraman hasn't left the lens on the camera or the camera cover on the camera, or there's not a fire. It's actually fog along the West Homer Highway, and as you can see, it's pretty thick. So I welcome my co-commentator Dave Moore today. Dave, welcome, and I think it's a first you mentioned for yourself as far as calling a game in these conditions.
Yes, Rob. Yeah, I don't think I've called through this amount of thick fog before. Yeah, so we had a couple of interesting Saturdays. We had all that rain last week at Deloraine, which thankfully cleared up. A really good contest between Deloraine and Scottsdale. And now the fog, and I keep getting messages from everywhere else in Launceston, Houston, Prospect. It's sunny. So let's hope it doesn't last too long. Should be a fascinating game.
It should be, and I certainly think on one hand there's a couple of rays of sunshine peering through, so we'll be optimistic. But last time these two sides met, Dave, very early in the season, it was Launceston 100, North Launceston 7. But things have changed a little since then. The North Launceston side have registered their first win, and we know how important that was to them a couple of weeks ago against Longford. Whereas Launceston, I guess, in a lot of ways have actually built on that sort of result, and they're now top of the ladder and off a fairly convincing win last week, 103-2 over Longford. But I think it'd be fair to say, and I think even North Launceston supporters would probably say Launceston will go in as warm favourites, but North Launceston certainly much improved, Dave.
Yeah, it's been an interesting road for Launceston. Of course, they were very dominant back in the old TSLW days. The great rivals with Clarence, etc. And then when they came back, when it split up and became the NTFAW, they were successful for a little while. Then they sort of dropped off a little bit. And there were seasons there where it was very lean for them, and they've sort of rebuilt once again to become one of the powerhouses of the competition.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you've summed it up beautifully. And I know they did have some players that went out to Bridgenorth. They had some players that went out to Longford. Some players came back with the new structures in place this year, but take nothing away from them. And I know we had Sandra Boland on here a little while ago now, last season. But just talking about the work that the Launceston Football Club have done in building that culture and capacity.
And North, of course, they were also in the TSLW. Their women's team went into recess for a little while, but they've rebuilt this year. A great coach, Emma Groves, that really cares about building a real culture within the North Launceston Footy Club women's program.
Yeah, and you're right. It's about having the right people around, and we know, don't we, that there's not too many clubs around that do it any better than these two, but North Launceston, obviously, with the results they've had in recent years in other competitions. But like I said, a victory would have been so important to them a couple of weeks ago.
Hey, Robbie, called the first game back on the new surface a couple of weeks ago when Lonnie played Scottsdale. Interesting to see. We've got a lot of traffic on the ground today. How it holds up, but so far we've had 2 games already, and it looks a picture, doesn't it? Yeah,
it does. And again, the work that the West Homer Council have put in, both the contracting, it's just terrific. It looks in great shape. We have had a little bit of rain since that game that you talked about, but it looks in pristine condition. And I'm being optimistic, Dave. Actually, that fog is actually lifting a little bit. I can see some numbers on jumpers, which is good. But in looking at both sides, I mean, Launceston are just absolute quality across every line. Georgia Hill and Kelsey Hill, I mean, the Hill sisters are just absolutely outstanding. And for my 10 cents worth nailing McCullers to the mast, I'd have Georgia Hill as probably the best player in the competition, in my view. Grace Lefevre and Meg Radford, again, very, very important players to them. Meg, best on ground in the rep game a couple of weeks ago.
And a talented all-round sportsman, Meg, very good cricketer as well.
Yeah, she is. So they're strong across every line. I mean, we saw, I could go, if you sort of go through the whole list, I mean, Delta Witt really impressed me the last time we played. She was everywhere, really, I reckon. Not that we were counting stats, but I certainly think she probably would have had a dozen possessions just in the first term. You work your way through that list, and it's just quality on every line. North Launceston, again, as you've articulated, Dave, having to start from scratch, and, they've got a team together that are certainly under Emma Groves' leadership, are certainly cohesive and working really hard on their improvement.
And that, as you said, they really would have been buoyed by that win over Longford a few weeks ago. They kicked lots of goals, and it would have been a great confidence booster for them.
It would have been, and I mean, just looking through the stats, Cleo Creswell, when we talk about impressive and important players, North Launceston haven't kicked a stack of goals this year. They've only kicked 16. Cleo Creswell's kicked 6 of them. So, very important player. Kicked 5 in that win over Longford. So, again, look forward to seeing what she can do today. But they're a very stingy defence, Launceston, and you can be rest assured that with the quality of their defence, that there'll be no easy opportunities for the North Launceston forwards.
As the players now taking up their positions. Didn't see the toss, so wait and see who's kicking to what direction.
positive signs in that we can see the centre circles. That's always good.
An improving trend.
Yeah, it's like I said, it is, and you've made the point. I think it is a little bit locality driven, these weather conditions. I did, like you heard, that the sun is across the city, so we're hoping that as the day unfolds that it happens here as well.
We're certainly out in the lofty heights of Grindelwald when I left earlier, being a couple hundred metres above sea level. So
yeah, we are pretty close to the river here for viewers who may not know. We've got the Tamar River not too far behind us. Got the soccer complex, the cricket ground, and the river's not too far away.
All right, about to get underway.
All in readiness, and when we talked about important players, Harvey Bauman was terrific too for Launceston a couple of weeks ago against Scottsdale. And obviously we'll keep an eye on her performance today, but giving her one ball as first use of it. Almost ready, umpire's about to toss the ball up. And straight away, as if on cue, Bauman gets it away, taken away there. That was Meg Radford. Pumps it inside 50, and straight away we've got a mark right on the 50 line there, and that looks like Georgia Hill. No?
Yep, was.
Georgia Hill.
We've got a shot on goal.
Shot on goal. We're looking at the umpire. Straight away, the umpire pulls the triggers. He's that fluorescent jacket, Dave Moore, is going to help us out today. And Launceston on the board straight away. 1 goal straight, 6. North Launceston yet to score inside the first 30 seconds.
Now, it's a good left foot snap, and we are going to struggle today with the goal kickers, Rob, because in the gloom down there, even the binoculars today won't cut through. It's very hard to see. So we will try our best. But we're not quite sure. If our cameraman can zoom in on the play there. But, a lovely goal it was. Set up there by Georgia Hill. Good mark at half forward and a good clearance there by Meg Radford.
Yeah, so it's going to be a long day at the office for North Launceston if that continues. But we're back in the middle and we're ready to go again. Bauman, probably a break even that time against the North ruck in Sophie Cashin. Ball in dispute in the centre of the ground. As Dave Moore said, Windsor Park, pristine condition. See the footmarks on the edge here. It's like plush carpet, there's no doubt about it. Ball bobbling around there. Players trying to clear the area. Handball just to space. Melee around the rolling maul almost around the ball. Players just covering it up, not letting it out. There'll be another ball up. Centre of the ground, but sort of more towards the wing position. At a very foggy Windsor Park, Rob Soward and Dave Moore calling the action for you today. Opportunity here for Launceston. All going forward. A little bit difficult to see on that far side of the ground, but very happy to see that yellow footy. Good pressure from North Launceston though, getting some physicality in there around the footy, not wanting to let it out. Ball hitting inside that Launceston forward line. Difficult to see players on the far side of the ground in that fog.
It's a mark, Rob.
That's a mark there. It's a Launceston.
Establish that.
It looks like Addison Borrowdale. Another mark by the sounds of things, and that looks like that's taken there by Poppy Schoenmaker.
Yep.
Obviously a familiar name for sports watchers. Schoenmaker approaches. At 40 metres out. Coming back, it's coming back. Didn't quite get the trip.
It is still in play, Rob.
Just inside the boundary line. Another shot on goal. Mark taken there in the last line. Good work there from the North Launceston defenders. All Launceston early with the pressure.
It's Georgia Haberley.
Georgia Haberley's popped up there for Launceston and taken a mark. As you can see, a little bit difficult to follow in the fog, so you'll have to work with us on that. We're hoping that sun does its thing and gets rid of that fog. But Haberley's lining up 20 metres out on the left foot. Offline on this occasion, Georgia Haberley moves Launceston on to 1-1-7. North Launceston yet to score. So it looks like promising for Launceston so far, Dave.
It does. And North Launceston, much to our chagrin, looks like they're going over to the far side. You can see a couple of car headlights over there trying to help out. But I think the ball may be out of bounds. 1-1-7 Launceston. North Launceston yet to score. We'll keep saying the score for our technical guys who are putting the scoreboard up on the stream. I think we've got a boundary throw in. Here it comes in play. Launceston in possession. Now to a bit of space. Got all the play so far. Supporting here is Kelsey Hill in the long sleeves, but taking it away pretty well there is Jade Binns. And North Launceston get a bit of possession strung together, get it up to the wing. It's going to come back though. Bowerman. It's the handball away. Kick up the wing into the centre of the ground. Looks like Taylor Tudor there with a quick kick forward. Cut off by Borrowdale. Number 12, Meg Radford, who had that first clearance of the game. She gets the kick to the far side. So Launceston moving the ball well in these slippery conditions in the forward pocket. North defence running over time there. They kick it towards the goal line. Will shove out of the way, opens the door. And we're going to play a tackle to a standstill. It'll be a ball up about 20 metres out from the Blues' goal.
Yeah, Bombers' defence working overtime at the moment, but holding it together at the present time. Whether they can maintain that pressure against this awesome Launceston attack's yet to be seen. Ball in open space, Kelsey Hill leading the race for the footy, just towed across the grass at the moment. Grabbed there by Meg Radford, another inside 50 for Launceston.
Kelsey Hill again, I think she's in everything at the moment, Rob.
Yeah, she is absolute class player. She's going back, she likes her chances. Does Kelsey, certainly within a range, you think, pulls it up a little bit, bobbling around, dangerous position in the forward pocket. Shot on goal. Looks like it's successful. Hallie Thompson, I think.
Yes.
Hallie Thompson, great work. So just that relentless inside 50 pressure, Dave, telling the difference for Launceston at the moment as they move on to 2-1-13. North Launceston yet to score. Yeah,
just repeat entries. North got it to the wing and looked promising, but yeah, they just moved the ball well and their skills are high. And then in days like this where it's a bit slippery, if you can move that ball and get it going your way pretty quickly, opportunities will eventuate. And a good goal there to Hallie Thompson.
And they've got a really good system, this Launceston side. So again, as we know, Dave, in any football, systems stand up over time, and they're certainly very well coached. Ashley Smith and his team do a great job here, and that system's working for them at the moment. Back in the middle, Bauman taps it down. We talk about systems. Kelsey Hill called them both a fair bit early. Another inside 50, and that I think is that Georgia Hill.
Yep,
looks like it.
What at 50? Yeah.
Did hear another whistle, which I think is 50. Which gives us a little bit of time to adjust our eyes to the gloom, and you'd sort of think that Hill will make no mistake with this one. Point blank range, and she makes no mistake, does Georgia Hill. The excitement from the sidelines as Launceston move on to 3-1-19. North Launceston here to score, Dave, and you just can't make mistakes like that, can you, if you're an enthusiastic Bombers defender?
No, that's right. Just I'm not sure what their infringement was for. Maybe moving on the mark, I'm guessing. They're pretty hot on that these days.
The umpire's done very well to see that, actually, given how foggy it is. But
yeah.
I think you're right. It looked something like that anyway from here with what we could see.
3-1-19 to the Blues. The Bombers yet to score. And we've been playing 7.5 minutes here in this first quarter. This Premier League's NTFA game between Launceston and North Launceston. Bowen with the tap. Shark there, okay by Tudor. Can't escape. Get a secondary ball up. Sophie Cash in the ruck here against Bowman. Bowman wins the tap again with ease. Ball's released. Out it comes now to Delta Witt. Gets the quick kick forward. That left half forward. Going in hard there was Schoenmaker. Ball emerges. And it's out of bounds. Underneath one of the new light towers here, Rob. I believe they're not quite in operation yet. But they'll be able to have night matches here, which is, I know, is something they've wanted to do here for a long time at Windsor Park. Yeah,
the redevelopment's fantastic. So we look forward to those getting operative. Boundary throw in. Bauman was in amongst it again, as you'd expect her to be. She's a real class act, and so important to this side in giving her class on ballers first use. Cashin does all right on that occasion, though, for North. Ball bobbling around. North really trying to clear the area, but the pressure from Launceston is relentless. Umpire says that's mine. We'll have another stoppage. Both sides coming off different extremes last week, Dave. As I said, Launceston 103-2 over Longford. and North Launceston went down 95-6 against South Launceston. So those top couple of sides in this women's competition are certainly class acts and pretty relentless in their attack. Ball inside 50 again here for Launceston North, working really, really hard to clear the area, but picked up on this occasion. That was Shannon Dunn. Pumps it inside 50 to space. Launceston trying to pick it up, and they do. Wheels, turn, shot on goal. Falls short. North Launceston player there jumped on top of a Launceston player. I thought umpire might have found a free kick.
A whistle now, Rob.
It might be a ball up.
Ball up.
Just looked a little clumsy, that attempt. The umpire said it was okay. Tap to open space, which is dangerous. North Launceston won't want to let that happen too often. Launceston just trying to pick it up and find a player. North Launceston battling in there. Just being hacked forward at the moment. Launceston picked up there. That looked like a done. Another pumps it inside 50 again. Launceston player leading the race, and boundary line wins out on this occasion. So deep inside Launceston's 50, Dave. It's where things have been for most of this quarter.
Yes, we haven't got our stats man Dave Gruber with us this week. He's on the sick list, so I hope you're feeling better soon, Dave. Otherwise he'll be telling us all about the inside 50s, but I think it's probably about 7 or 8 to 0 at the minute. Chance for North Launceston to escape, but picking it up, running to a brick wall, though, is Haverley. Might be penalised here. Umpire says yes. So good work there. I think it's Layla Jane Atkins, number 27, with a free kick. She goes wide here, looking for Brown. She can't take the mark, and it's out of bounds in that pocket.
An interesting thing, Dave, Launceston are doing today, George Hill, we talked about before the game, often starts across half-back. I think given Launceston's dominance perhaps in this one, that's why she's playing forward. So how great's that Ash Smith's got that option to throw his class players around.
Shannon Dunn gets it into the forward line. Dish off handball. Opportunity for the Blues. Work back out to Shannon Dunn. The kick might have been semi-smothered there. It's in towards the goal square. North with a chance there to clear it. The Ross side of it, Rob. Talk to me.
Yeah, no, just inside the boundary line, Dave, on the 50 arc at the moment.
You go.
Just
younger eyes than me.
Only just. And it's lost to me as well here now. It's just come back in towards the middle. And the mark taken there right on 50. And that mark was taken by Edison Borrowdale. Busy early Borrowdale. Sends it long to a contest. Oh, player drops a mark they should have held. Launceston player front and centre. Umpire says that's mine. It's a good tackle. Like I said, North Launceston defending very well. But you get the feeling that the damn wall will burst from these Launceston quality forwards. Tap to open space, opportunity, shot on goal. Umpire likes it. A little difficult to see here that player's number, but that's another goal to Launceston. They move on to 4 goals, 1, 25. And North Launceston, yes, to score Dave Moore. So all Launceston one-way traffic at the moment.
Yeah, and they've got a couple of snaps now of goal, been really impressive in these slippery conditions. So there's another one there on the left foot. We'll try and check those goal kickers at quarter time, Rob. I reckon over there in the timekeeper's box, they've probably got a handle on it. We'll try and get those for our viewers. But yeah, 4 goals now to Launceston through 12, nearly 13 minutes. Reminds me, Rob, remember my vintage? I used to have Spot the Ball in the Examiner. We used to,
yes.
Okay, this is a big version of it where you sort of got to try and guess where the ball is.
Yeah.
On that far side.
That was a thing, wasn't it? There was a big competition back in the day, Spot the Ball.
You can see it now. It's because it's coming towards our side for about the first time. Little handball away to Bowerman. Chip kick. Doesn't quite get the distance. Gee, almost should have been paid a mark there. Spinning out of trouble though with Schoenmaker. Forcing it forward here now to the agency of Lefevre. Although North repel for a moment. It's into the centre circles. Off the ground there from number 32, who I'm not sure who is. That's something else we can check a bit later. We did have an unnamed player there. Well, it might
be for Launceston, Lolani Kiko, perhaps.
Yes, could be. Have to be Tanisha's sister, wouldn't it? Who's went off to Fremantle.
Yes, I think so. But yeah, no number for her just at the moment in our program.
I think it's coming a bit thicker, Rob.
No, I think you're right.
There's less of the ground now where I can actually see. And our cameraman Daniel is doing a pretty good job over there. Might have to chat away for a moment till we can see the ball.
Bit of small talk. I've just seen a car turn its lights on directly in front of us.
The ball is on the far wing, we know that. And I just heard a whistle. And I think North Launceston got a kick. Players are moving in that direction. It's in the centre. That could be Creswell there, trying to pick it up. Now it's surging Launceston's way. Schoenmaker. It's now in the forward pocket. A lot of players around the ball. And honestly, I do not know what's going on here at Windsor Park. Trying our best. Pity it's not radio, Rob. We could just say anything.
Yeah.
But, our viewers can see that we can't see. That's good.
Well, the good thing is they can't see either, Dave.
That's
so
right.
We're all in the mist. Certainly challenging conditions for everyone.
Far from quarter time. What did we say last 18 minutes, isn't it, Rob, in the Moons
And
competition?
we're just about to tick over 15.
So, ball, I think there was a shot on goal there. Wait for the goal umpire. That's another goal to Launceston. So that's their fifth. 5-1, 31. So yet to score for North Launceston.
And it's easy to say, I mean, there's no bruise. If there's a bruise, we probably wouldn't have this fog here, but it's certainly not necessarily the scoring end. So I guess the worrying thing for me, Dave, if I'm North Launceston, is that they certainly would have come into this thinking that, they might be a little bit better equipped, but Launceston have certainly been very, very fast out of the blocks.
Yeah, they have been, and they're just taking the ball with every opportunity and kicking it forward. And they know they've got the firepower down there who's going to score heavily, given the opportunities. Bauman, up in the ruck, wins the tap, forward of the contest. No one can quite get a handle on it. Bauman again with the handball sideways. Running player here is Kelsey Hill. It's the handball now, backwards. Tries to find connection there with Haberley. She's got it now. Kicks up the wing. Well met there by Layla Jane Atkins. And it's out of bounds. 5-1. Players yet to score. Closing in on quarter time. Don't forget the men's game coming up later on the AFL Taz YouTube live stream and on City Park Radio, 103.7, 96.5. Matthew McGee and Michael Walker on board for that one. Rob's got a big soccer game to call tonight. Resting the vocal cords, Rob.
I'll put them on ice, Dave, after this one. That's a massive one, Launceston City and South Hobart. So first versus second. We're in the shadows of quarter time here, only a bit over a minute to go. Launceston player tackled by the arm there. Umpire says that's holding the ball. And that is a really, really good tackle from the North Launceston defender, and well rewarded Jade Binns on this occasion. So good reward for effort from the Bombers. They're certainly giving their best, but not the best work on the kick front. Picked it straight at Shani Templar, who's with interest sends it back through the middle.
Oh, nice.
That's a nice jinking move there from Jamie Todman. I'll come back to her in a minute.
Yes, big
Ball
game last
bobbling
week.
around in. Oh, she was terrific. 21 there, Georgia Hill. She's had a fair bit of it in this first term. Launceston desperately searching for another score. They've got 35 seconds to do so. Jamie Todman.
Yeah, talk to us about Jamie Todman, Rob.
Yeah, Jamie Todman, a strong link here with the Launceston and North Launceston footy clubs. Jamie Todman was Fred Todman Jr., a boy I coached at high school and was a Riverside Crow premiership player. And the niece of Marcus Todman, as we know, was a very, very influential player for North Launceston.
Debuted last week,
Yes.
and I saw on the socials she kicked a bag of goal. Well, they did 5 goals against Longford.
She did. She had an absolute cracking game. Jamie, good story in the local media about her as well. So she's had another good bit of a game so far today. There's the siren to end the first quarter, and in the fog at Windsor Park, Rob Soward and Dave Moore bringing you this match, and we've got Launceston 5-1-31, North Launceston yet to score. We will chase up those other goal kickers, but we do know at the moment anyway, at least one each to Hallie Thompson and Georgia Hill. So we will check that out in a moment. We might have a short break and go and speak to the timekeepers and see what we can find.
it's nearly time for a holiday program.
All right, I suppose I can drive you. Yes. Oh, yeah,
They don't have the goal kicks either because they can't see. They're chasing up a couple of other numbers things for me. They've given me a number correction and that's I think that's 27. So back from our quarter-time break. We've just been doing our best to track down those goal kickers. We'll keep on to that and also check a couple of numbers as well. So, again, Dave, I'm looking for some positives. It looks like the fog has marginally lifted.
I can see the other side really clearly now, which is good news. Yeah, so we are missing the goal kickers. We know that Georgia Hill and Hallie Thompson kick one each, but the other three a bit unknown. The Gloucester have dominated there, so it'll be interesting to see if North Launceston can work something out in the second quarter to try and just limit the damage in their defensive 50, because that's where it's all happening at the moment.
Yeah, it is, and it makes it really hard because that quality of the Launceston forward line, I mean, I guess is probably even ramped up because they've got players like Georgia Hill who normally in and around the ball or across half back. She's sitting across half forward, so it just amplifies the potency of that forward line. 5-1-31 Launceston, North Launceston here to score. Dave, you did mention you were chasing up a couple of other scores there for us from some other sports finals today.
Yeah, I know it's the Sardis boys finals today, the seconds and the first, down at Hutchins, I think it is. And St Pat's won the seconds 7-8-50, defeating Guildford 4-15-39. So it's a bit like Adelaide's score last night. So well done to St Patrick's winning the seconds there. I think it's Hutchins and GYC, Guildford Young in the boys' first game today. Try and get some other women's scores here while you're doing your first hint, Rob.
No worries at all, Dave. Thank you. Players have broken from the quarter-time huddle, so we'll see what changes are afoot there. Launceston running to the right of screen in this quarter, and I should have suggested that maybe they rope off that far side of the ground, so they're playing here near us, so we can get a better look at the players' numbers for you, because it's certainly been challenging, and great work from our cameraman as well in capturing the action. Ball back in the middle. Rucks do battle, Cashel and Bauman. Bauman first hand on it. They're away the Blues. Starting the second like they did the first. Just can't quite pick it up on this occasion. Battling away there. Trying to pick it up. Shannon Dunn. Shannon Dunn. Opportunity here for Launceston. Another inside 50. Another inside 50. Another inside 50. Ball bobbling around there, picked up on this occasion, shot on goal! Just offline on this occasion. That was Georgia Haberley. Did all the hard work and just couldn't quite convert.
So just quickly cover the scores, Rob. Deloraine 47, lead Longford yet to score. And wait for that in case Launceston come back towards the goals here. Player tackled. Inside 50. North Launceston player dispossessed. Kick off the ground, going in the Bombers' direction. In front of the club rooms there. Ball emerges. Centering kick here now to Hallie Thompson. She paid the mark. Thompson, too far out to score. And this beautiful new surface here at Windsor Park. Kicks inside 50. Front position, gee, that's a good mark. Is it paid? Yes, umpire a little bit belatedly pays it to Georgia Hagley. She's been a live wire attacking 50, Rob.
Yeah, she has. Very strong player overhead and also at ground level, Haberley, and certainly proving a handful for the North Launceston defence.
The match of the day in the women's, I reckon, would be South versus Scottsdale, and South will kick the first 2 goals there down at the Country Oval at Scottsdale. Here's Haberley. About 30 out, left foot, might fall a little bit short. Off hands, front and centre. Can they snag a goal here through Thompson? Yes, they can. Hallie Thompson did pretty well there. Just had the poise, realised she had a bit of time and space, and she slotted one through. So that's her second at least for today. And that's Launceston 6th.
Yeah, and you can see just Dave, beautifully called on that occasion. You can see, though, just with their setup, just how dangerous they are. They've got those players that are good at overhead, and also once it hits the ground, and then you've got people like Georgia Hill in there as well that are both good overhead and on the ground, but also her vision and ability to read the game is second to none. And it's certainly a very dangerous forward line, and certainly one that's causing that Northern Bombers defence a stack of trouble. Ball back in the centre. Bauman and Cashin. Bauman again, first use. Hill. That's Hill of the Kelsey variety. Just belts it forward. Another inside 50. Dave Gruber would have smoke coming off his pen if he was here. Yes, he would. Opportunity here on the burst for Launceston. North Launceston back going defence, and a good mark taken there by Kia Rogers. Rogers gets it out. Bombers. Handball didn't hit the target. Fumbly play there. Groves drops it. Launceston pounce on it. Looked like Hill.
I reckon that ball would be a bit of a piece of soap, Rob, with this, the dewy fog that's about. Not easy to pick it up. And we're about 20 metres out from the Blues' goal. Play waits. In the ruck contest this time is Keating. Trying to work her way free there was Radford. Couldn't do so. Number 15 there for Launceston, Rob?
No, so that might be another one we need to chase up.
Half time, yep.
Kills the commentators.
Yes, it does.
Don't add up.
Up it goes. Tapped out to space. Picking it up there is Keating. Kicks towards the top of the square. Bouncing. Need to be careful here. Does a pretty good job at the end, Kia Rogers. Sees it through for a behind. It's Launceston 6-3-39. North Launceston yet to score. As the kick comes out to Groves. Gets around her opponent easily. Nice kick here to spot up Bailey, who takes a mark. Away goes Jaylene Bailey to the wing. Good movement here by North Launceston. It might be coming straight back again. It is. Long kick inside 50. Good sprawl from Groves from behind. Spillage comes here towards Thompson. Kicked a couple. Comes back now to Thompson on the left foot. Into the goal square to a 1-on-2 situation. That's good work there from the ruckman and Atkins. She knocks the ball into the behind post. The boundary throw in. And the Blues leading by 39.
All Launceston's way at the moment. North Launceston under siege. Will Stephen Seagal special that one. Throw in, taken out of the air by Miss Haverley. A little bit of it in this quarter. Ball up. Still inside Launceston's 50. North have got the numbers to clear this if they're clean, and they are at this stage. Rogers just belts it out. Launceston with a numerical advantage. Swing and a missed kick there. North Launceston do well, but Launceston set up beautifully across their half-forward line. It's going to come back with a bit of interest. All North Launceston at the back, though, and that's a good mark. Taken on this occasion, looks like Taylor Tudor. Tudor moves it out our way, which is good, in the direction of Kia Rogers, leading the race. Under pressure from the Launceston forwards. Oh, North Launceston player in Dingen dropped what she should have taken. Habley again by hand goes inboard to Radford, sends it inside 50, another inside 50. Hallie Thompson kicked a couple. Good pressure though from the North Launceston defence. And again, well set up behind the footy. Radford again sends it inside 50. Carries, not quite. The North Launceston defender was going to mark that there. Ella Creswell clears it out. Put her in defence. Ball out there, just in front of the canteen area. Launceston fighting to send it back inside 50. Tackle on 50. That was Witt underneath it. High ball coming in. North Launceston, weight of numbers there, they'll clear it. Just fumbling at the moment. Dave Moore said it's like a piece of soap. And that fog sort of sits down again, Dave.
Yeah, just when you think it might be clearing, and once the day gets on a bit, it may not clear at all. So it could be an interesting situation, the men's as well. Let's wait and see. You've been impressed with this player Rogers for North Launceston. She gets another clearance outside defence of 50. Tackled there was Delta Witt, and it's out of play. Yes. So it's 6-3-39 to get to score into this second quarter by about 7 minutes.
I think I'm not sure. Again, you might have a better memory than me, but I'm not sure if North have had an inside 50.
No, I don't think they have. I don't think they're past the centre at any stage either, really. There's inside 50. That's a nice mark taken there by Groves. Leading from the front. Kicks into the centre square. Kelsey Hill can't take the mark. She's got the recovery. Gets it away to Radford, who's been busy. Comes in our direction here. It's going to come inside 50 again. It's a beautiful pass. It's the chest there of Haberley. Pass came in there from Schoenmaker. Haberley now takes a bounce on the wet turf. Gets to 35. Kicks to the goal square. Might clear the contest. No, good work in front. Done well there by Bree Aitken.
Mark Bobble there on the far side of the ground there by Tiffany Whitney. Just can't quite clear the area in North Launceston. We certainly commend them on their endeavour and efforts. They are defending as if their lives depend on it, but Launceston just beautifully set up in an arc, and it just comes back with interest every time the North defenders pump it out. And there's another example of that. It's back inside 50 again. This relentless pressure you would think will have to result in the goal sooner rather than later. High ball there. It's brave to find that one in the fog. North Launceston get a fist on it. And clear it again, but only as far on this occasion as Kelsey Hill. Kelsey Hill moves it on quickly. She's found Haberley. And a real target up there from the today. Haberley goes by hand on this occasion. Inside to Schoenmaker. Beautiful tackle. North Launceston defenders doing a super job. And that looked like Kiara Dingen on this occasion. Name you probably familiar with that at Lilydale if you're a Lilydale supporter. But Dingen's pumped it back again to Haberley. He must have leather poisoning. Haberley sends it goalwards. Assistant player can't mark in front of the pack. North have got the numbers to clear. That was Lila Jane Atkins. Belts it out of there. Launceston set up again. Picked up by Radford. Goes wide. Bit more purpose on this one. And that's a nice kick and a mark. Taken there by Lalani Kiko. Kiko sends it inside 50. Clears everyone. Hill in a good position. North have got the numbers though. Dangerous. Goes backwards. Going to be okay though. No, not a good kick though. And gathered there by Schoenmaker. Goes inboard. The pressure's incredible. Grace Lefevre. North just trying to paddle it out. Bobbling around there. That was Cleo Creswell, the vice captain. Launceston again. Just real wet weather footy here at the moment, Dave.
I'm really impressed with the North defence this quarter, Rob. They have been under extreme pressure. They conceded 5 goals in the first quarter, just the 1 so far this quarter. They just keep getting it out of their defensive 50. The problem is they can't get connection that gets it into their own attacking 50, but gee, they've battled really hard. As the ball now is on the half-forward flank. Chance here for Marley Brown from North Launceston. She dives on it. Yeah, ball up.
Yeah, they've worked really hard
They
back
have.
there. I mean, and that's full credit, I guess, to a new side and their development.
Groves, also Kia Rogers has been great. Atkins, all been terrific this quarter. As Atkins once again involved. Ball spills towards the boundary line. A lot of players around it. Ruckman Bowen picks it up. Here's a chance for North. They get it to the wing. But in the way there is Shani Templar.
Templar moves it on quickly. Good mark taken there. That's Habley again. She has had just a mountain of it this quarter. Goes in the Hill direction. Hill turns, weaves, dodges. Look at that. Absolute class from Hill. Centres the ball. Dangerous position. North have got the numbers around it though, and they'll get it out. That's a nice pick up there by Eichen to Groves. Send it out again, but as Dave Moore said, they find a player in a blue jumper. It's back inside 50. All through the hands of the North defender. North player taken high. That was Rogers. Might have got a free kick. Umpire said no, she ducked into it. So the boundary throw-in in front of the Launceston club rooms. And again, 6-3-39. Launceston, North Launceston yet to score.
So umpire has the ball. It's Watson on his green top. Get the excess moisture off it. About 25 metres out from the Blues' goal. They push it towards the boundary line. Habley with the first fumble of the day, but she's got it back again. Close to the boundary line. Front position there was Smith for Launceston. Ball squirts out. And looks like it's going to be a stoppage here. Players can't escape, so it's going to be a ball up right next to the boundary line. In front of the club rooms there at Windsor Park. Out it comes. Little handball away this time from Groves. It's fighting hard in there again is Emma Groves. Shovels it out. There towards Ewington. But coming out is Haberley. Little kick forward to the goal square. One-on-one contest. Georgie Hill can't get off the ground. Well done there from Creswell. And they see it through for a rush behind. 6-4-40 Launceston. The Bombers yet to score. But they are holding out well here. North Launceston after a torrid first quarter, Rob.
Yeah, they are. They're doing a really, really good job. But under siege, as I said, Stephen Segal, a real Stephen Segal special. Launceston player pushed in the back by a teammate. Don't see that too often. Ball in dispute. Radford's involved as she has been for much of today. North Launceston way the numbers just see that one over the boundary line. Right on the 50 arc, right in front of us, Dave. It's great to be able to see the ball and the players.
At last. I'm not calling it yet though, Rob. We've seen it just sort of semi-clear a couple of times and drift back in. So I'm hoping to see some blue sky soon. Here's Kelsey Hill. Overruns it. Little kick attempted there by Tudor. Push and shove from Hill. Dingen's in there. She can't get it out. Now Schoenmaker to the goal square. Bouncing chaos ball. Haberley working. Doing okay there is Kia Rogers. Now, did she take on too much? She did, unfortunately. Yeah, I think it was the second tackle there. She just tried to brush it off. And it's going to be the impressive Georgia Haberley. Waste no time. Kicks the 7th goal for Launceston. And that is her first that we know of. So just joined us. There were 3 mystery goal kickers that we just could honestly not see through the fog in the first quarter. So 7-4-46 to get to score. Just a bit unlucky there, Rob. Yeah, I saw you a little bit dubious on that one. It was 50-50 really.
Yeah, it was. She did take a couple of steps once she got it, so umpire ruling that opportunity was there. But I mean, I guess at the end of the day, the pressure's been relentless, hasn't it? And it has to bring reward, and that's exactly what's happened on that occasion. And Launceston march on, 7-4-46. North Launceston yet to score. Ball back in the middle. And we've only got about 3 minutes to go till half-time. Bauman takes it out of the air. Tackled on this occasion by Creswell. And we'll have a secondary ball up. Metres from the first one. Creswell, Bauman again. Bauman first hand on it. North come away with it. Run into trouble with this way and that. Creswell hacks it forward. All just bobbling around. Green grass. Bins taken high possibly. Umpire says no, my ball.
I just like to work there, Taylor Tudor at number 21, Rob. She took it on, so she could have thrown on the boot. She tried to create something. I like that.
Yeah, and that's all. It's all about that learning that we talk about. The side that's done their learning pretty well is Launceston. That's a nice mark taken on this occasion by Georgia Hill. Hill belts it inside 50. One of the best kicks in the league. Haberley gets underneath it. North again well set up. I'll be thinking that'll be insufficient intent. Umpire says, throw it in. Well, here you go. I wish they'd umpire the Richmond games, that's for sure.
Oh dear.
But anyway.
It's a controversial one late in the game last night too, don't worry.
There was, absolutely. Boundary throw in just in front of us here, deep into this second term. All Launceston at the moment. Oh, play a leg there. Hill, Kelsey. Haberley sends it goalwards. And in almost like goalkeeper style back there was Lela Jane Atkins. Atkins goes out to the far side. Trapped beautifully there from Jamie Todman, player we mentioned earlier. Really good at ground level. Todman read that one beautifully. Umpire's found a free kick and it'll be a Launceston ball. Todman's teammate. I think that is Schoenmaker, potentially. Goes inboard, centres it. Haberley picks it up, has a run on the left. Ball goes higher than further. Through hands, near the boundary line. Atkins for North. Umpire says that's mine. So we're just ticked over 17 minutes. 18-minute quarters in this, Dave Moore. So inside the final stretch before half-time.
Just 2 goals, 3 in this quarter for the Blues compared to their 5 goals, 1 in the first quarter. As we're going to get another ball up. Dangerous spot though for the Northern Bombers late in the quarter. Comes down here towards Groves. Can't quite pick it up. Forces it to the side of the contest to Rogers. Tries to break free. And umpire says, give it to me. At 1 o'clock. It's going to be touch and go whether we start the men's game at 1:40 as scheduled. I think it might be a little bit later than that. Out it comes now. Here's Haberley. Left foot snap. It's pretty good. That's her second of the quarter. And it's the 8th for Launceston, 8-4-52. They lead Launceston yet to score. Gee, she just keeps on being more impressive, doesn't she, Georgia Haberley?
Yeah, she does. She's like a one-woman band up there at the moment. And that's half-time, so Launceston 8-4-52, leading North Launceston 0. And with the goal scorers, Dave, we've got so far before we take a short break, we've got 2 each to Georgia Haberley and Hallie Thompson, a single to Georgia Hill, and there's 3 others we need to chase up. But if you had to sum up the first half, you'd probably say a very dominant Launceston performance.
Especially in the first quarter. You know, that's where they set the game up. They scored 5 fine goals in those foggy conditions. And look, they might have scored a few more that quarter with a bit more accuracy, but I was really, as I said, looking at some really key players there for North Launceston, their defence, holding things back, and working hard, not letting Launceston have any space. Eventually weighted numbers, and Haberley kicked a couple of goals late, but a much better performance from North Launceston in the second quarter.
It was. Rob Soward and Dave Moore at Windsor Park, 8-4-52 Launceston. North Launceston yet to score. We'll take a short break at half-time, and we'll back with you shortly.
Georgia can't get off the ground. Well done there from Creswell. They see it through for a rush behind. 6-4-40 Launceston. And it's going to be the impressive Georgia Haberley. Waste no time. Kicks the 7th goal for Launceston. And that is her. A touch ago that we start the men's game at 1:40 as scheduled. I think it might be a little bit later than that. Out it comes now. Here's Haberley. Left foot snap. It's pretty good. That's her second for the quarter.
Dad, it's nearly time for holiday program.
All right, I suppose I can drive you. Yes.
Dad, it's nearly time for holiday program.
All right, I suppose I can drive you. Yes.
Dad, it's nearly time for holiday program.
All right, I suppose I can drive you. Yes.
Hi, Tony. So let's turn you on. Here you go.
Yep,
That's good.
you're right.
Yeah, so once again, because we're going to air on the stream,
Yep.
people can hear us, so we'll just be,
Okay.
we can just talk about how the ground looks out there for the men's game.
Well, I think someone pinched your park and brought it over here.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very good. It's still a little springy in it. You know, it's probably hasn't quite fully settled yet.
Yep.
Probably getting there though. But yeah, she's really good. Look at the setting, you know. The old centre had a sort of bit of a lump right where I tried to bounce the ball in the day. And,
Yeah.
flat as, dry as, no mud, nothing.
No worries. Hopefully there's no changes to either team. Timmy Cocker's about. He might be able to
Yeah.
give you a heads up.
And I'll chat with North boys coming back.
Yep.
See Phil Lethball there, so
Yep.
see if I collar him, but I just get over to the
It's a long time since we've had a game here, doesn't it?
for me, it's the first time this year, definitely. Yeah. Well, I know they've only been here a couple of weeks anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got to say she's been good. Nick. There's a couple of streaks where a couple of streaks are taking a little bit of turf here and there, but she's flat as.
Right.
You know, it's really good.
Yeah.
They've done a great job with it, and you know, from previous experience at other grounds and all that, they kept them off the main ground for a long time to go to chance to sort of really settle down.
Yep.
So I've got my back to it. That's coming through still okay.
It's coming down really well.
Yeah,
Yep.
well, here's where my spot is.
Okay, you got a nice chair there. Very good.
Well, there's one there, but that's by the match manager, so I'll
See if you can
I'll,
find another one.
find someone in to find one for me somewhere on the track. Yeah.
All right, Tony, I'll let you go.
All right,
Good work.
I'll sort out any possible changes if I can.
No worries. activities here, Robbie. That's that. Good to see you, mate.
Good on you. See you, mate.
Well, good news after the break. As you can see, Rob Sauer, Dave Moore at Windsor Park. If you joined us in the first half and you're joining us now, you'll notice that the sun's peeping through the clouds, the fog's lifted, and the scene's set for a great second half here, and also with the following game to come. So we'll give you a quick update. Launceston 8-4-52. North Launceston yet to score. It's been all Launceston so far. But that said, the North Launceston defence have been terrific, and certainly things could be in a far more dire position for them had that defence not held up as it has. Ball in the middle, and first hands on that occasion by Lelani Kickoak, her first game today for the Blues, and she's just won herself a free kick as well, has Kickoak. Assuming the ruck duties on that occasion there, ahead of Howie Bauman. Ball inside 50, another inside 50 for Launceston. As I said, if Dave Gruber was here, he would go absolutely bananas with the amount of inside 50 ball Launceston have had.
Good news is, Rob, the fog has lifted.
The fog has lifted. So for those of you that don't know, Dave Moore is a very skilled meteorologist. So if Dave said it's lifted, it's lifted. Take it to the bank. So ball bobbling around inside 50. Opportunity here for Launceston. Oh, Launceston player there ridden into the ground, calling for a free kick. Umpire saying no, it's going to be a ball up. Dangerous position here. North Launceston won't want to concede early, you'd think. Oh, Todman ridden into the ground there. Pressure is incredible from the Launceston forwards. It was Isabella Keating. Keating's in there again. Ball spills out. Hill taps it on cleverly. Launceston player tackled to the ground. Umpire says play on. Hill spins, tackled. North Launceston defending really well. Opportunity here for Radford.
Go on.
Again another good tackle. As the umpire said on that occasion.
Oh, might have caught a high maybe, across the shoulder.
Unlucky. Certainly thought they did enough on that occasion, but umpire ruling that they've offended against her. So it'll be a shot on goal for Radford. Early stages of this third term. Shot is on target by the looks of things and pulls the trigger. I'll just double check that is Radford.
Pretty sure it is, Rob. Number 12?
Yep.
Yep.
So Meg Radford adding to the Launceston tally. 9 goals for 58. North Launceston yet to score, and we did mention earlier we've had some challenges with a couple of the goal scorers. We know that that's at least Meg Radford's first goal. She's had a very, very busy game so far, Dave Moore.
Yeah, she certainly has. She's been responsible for a lot of clearances, a lot of link-up play from defence as well. So, yeah, great game so far from Meg Radford. Taken out of the ruck there for Launceston by Kicko. Kicks towards half forward. Contested footy. Here it comes inside 50 again for the Blues. They do pretty well there, though, through Eichen. They work it outside their defensive 50. Umpire says a throw. So picked up there by Sienna Smith for Launceston. She wastes no time. Kicks inside 50, over the back. Chance here for a snap. Good tackle from behind. She still gets a boot to it, and it rolls through. Oh, an interesting goal that is from Jamie Todman. Hit the bag last week. And lucks a fortune there as it just dribbled off a boot. And that's the second goal in a minute for the Blues. Danger signs at the start of this second half for the North Launceston Footy Club, but a nice goal there from Todman.
Yeah, look, we talked about what a great introduction she had to this league last week, Dave, and that good form continuing. I'm really impressed with her ability to read the play as well. She certainly showed us some glimpses of that in the first half, but on the right spot there to add to Launceston's tally. 10-4-64, North Launceston yet to score. Ball back in the middle, and Cashin and Kickoak doing battle. Ball taken away there by the Blues, working it around Habley got a bit of a run on the ball in this quarter. She was terrific in the first term up in the Launceston, first half in the Launceston forward line. All out in the wing position. All Launceston there though. Hayley White. Good tackle. North Launceston pressure, as we've said, has been really, really good. Certainly minimising the damage, that's for sure. And a strength of their game plan. Umpire signals play on. Poppy Schoenmaker just pumps that long. Atkins for North, picks it up. Under intense pressure on the far side of the ground. Atkins goes again. Launceston come away. They've got runners. Kiko pumps it inside. Little bobble inside 50. Launceston player there tackled without it. Umpire says play on. Pressure around the footage. Terrific. Well, they might have been holding the ball. Umpire says no. Play on. Beautiful spin there. Habley. Shot on goal. Oh, North Launceston defender in position. Tackle from behind. Gets it away. Hill. Pressure. Keating. Back to Hill. I think that's cleared the hands, and that's going to be a goal to Launceston. Pressure incredible there from the Blues, and rewarded Dave Moore. They move on to 11-4-70. North Launceston yet to score.
Yeah, well, that's Georgia Hill's at least her second. So, good game from her once again. But a lot of forward targets. Todman, Habley, Hill, Thompson, all out there just lining up for opportunities on goal. And, yes, so the game sort of started in the third quarter to start the first quarter with Launceston just piling on the goals. With North holding out resolutely in that second quarter. I'd love to see them get it just a centre clearance here, just to put the Launceston defence under a bit of pressure. I mean, we haven't seen a lot of the defenders today, Hayley White, etc. back there. They've had a very quiet day, but just need to get a centre clearance just to get something going here, get an opportunity.
Yeah, and that's a great point you make, Dave, because you'd like to think, no disrespect, North Launceston are obviously going to find it hard to win from here. Just to throw those magnets around and try some different looks through the middle, just to see if they've got some players there that can get their hands on it and give their forwards a look at it and see what they've got up their sleeve. But Blues are on attack again. Good mark taken there on this occasion by Grace Lefevre. Called her a few times early. Lefevre plays on, runs the arc, sends it inside in the Georgia Hill direction. Got a name all over it on that occasion. Georgia Hill just read that beautifully. Just that really smart football brain, Georgia Hill.
Look at that sunshine, Rob.
Yeah, fantastic. We're spoiled. Everyone's happy here at Windsor Park, except the North Launceston fans. Georgia Hill moves in. She's overcooked that one a bit. That's gone off the left, and that's a shot she probably should have made. They move on to 11-5-71 Launceston. North Launceston yet to score. So as I was just saying before, might pay North Launceston coach just to throw those magnets around and give some different looks in the middle just to see if they can get some players that can get their hands on the footy. I mean, even some of those defenders we saw do some good things. Groves, Rogers, get them up around the footy and see what they can do.
So it's North Launceston, the tackle there laid. The guy says play on with a rolling maul. Now we'll get a ball up. So don't forget, after this we've got the men's game. You can catch it on AFL Tas YouTube or on City Park Radio. Slightly later start than what we anticipated. Probably around, I'd say, 5 to 2. It's going to be 1:40, but we'll get to play out in this game just yet, as we get another whistle on play. So ball up on attacking 50. Ball emerges. Shovelled out. Good work there from North Launceston. Might come back here through Thompson though. Inside 50. Bouncing footy. Picking up there is Todman. Worked away in the game. Beautiful spin, Jamie Todman. This could be one of the goals of the week. It is! Jamie Todman. Oh, she's a new player on the scene. We're going to hear more of that name. There's no doubt about it. But the spin to get out of trouble and then the conversion, Rob Soward, what a brilliant goal.
Well, that's probably the play of the day for me, Dave Moore. Just brilliant from Todman. Her balance and picking the ball up and that spin and then that shot on goal. It was absolutely top draw. So what an exciting talent they've unearthed here at Launceston. And as we've said, a proud family history. Fred, her dad, playing his junior footy here at Launceston, and Uncle Marcus, obviously with North Launceston. But she's a really exciting talent, that's for sure, is Jamie Todman. And she's added to her tally. She's got at least 2 that we know of. Ball taken away out of the middle. Launceston again as Lefevre. Another inside 50. North try to clear it. Bombers player ridden into the ground. Umpire says play on. A good mark taken there by Kicko. Alani Kicko gone into the ruck this turn. Found a player in Hill. Dropped what she probably could have taken under pressure. North Launceston players throwing their body in willy-nilly, not caring about their own safety. Taken there again by Lefevre. She's had a bit of it this term. Ball sits nicely on this occasion. Opportunity going forward. That was done. Had a little bit more time than she thought. Shannon Dunn did all the hard work. Gathered the ball beautifully, but offline. So that'll be 12 goals, 78 Launceston. North Launceston yet to score.
Max Walker's just joined us after umpiring the previous game, which was a good win for Launceston. So he's going to be joining us fairly soon here for the men's game. As we're well into the third quarter here now, the women's game, as I said earlier, running a little bit over time here at Windsor Park. So a slightly later start to the men's game. Baleman now kicking towards half forward, the hands of Hill. She's got the recovery, slams it on the boot towards full forward. Gee, that's a good kick and a good mark. Trying to pick up the player that might be Radford. It is number 12, Meg Radford. So tough angle right on the boundary line. About 30 out. To the town end goal. Kicks are behind. So 12-7-79 now for Launceston. And the Blues yet to score. Rob Soward. From the kick out. It's marked in defence. Kick outside 50. And it's worked here towards Bailey. Kick up the wing. Handball attempted, but keeps possession there. Kick inside 50 from behind. Over the back, chance here. That's Whitchurch there, working hard. And it'll be a ball up. Over to you, Rob.
Yeah, it's been relentless again from Launceston this quarter, and relentless pressure on the Bombers' defence. And as you find in any grade of football, opportunity there again for Launceston. Just offline on this occasion. As you find in any level of football, that relentless pressure just almost always results in goals because you just can't maintain that level of defensive intensity. Launceston move on to 12-7-79. And
12-8, Rob.
12-8, sorry.
Yep.
And Launceston yet to score. So, big mountain for them to climb. It's just all about getting some positive stuff out of this, I'd say, for North, as we highlighted. Big improvement from them through the season. Good win a couple of weeks ago against the Longford Tigers. Just taking up residence in that Launceston 50. Launceston player burst clear. Looks like Habley onto that left foot. It's goalwards. All North at the back. Crummers at the front for the Blues. What can they come up with? Umpire says that's mine. How impressive has Georgia Habley been, Dave Moore?
Yeah, just, all game she's been consistently getting the footy inside 50 and you know she's got at least 2 goals. Probably snapped a couple more that we're not aware of in that fog. But here she is again. She taps it over the back. Tries to find connection with a teammate. Picks it up nicely there as Atkins for North Launceston. They got it to the wing. But it's going to come back again here through Hayley White, the veteran. Kicks inside 50. Plenty of targets there. Over the head of Kickoak. Just thrown it there by the North Launceston player. She got away with it.
Max Walker just about fainted off the balcony there as an old umpire. He didn't like the look of that one.
That was just a classic. It was the old rugby league pass. But anyway, it's back inside 50 now for Launceston. Weaving away through there is Radford, I think it is. It is. Back to Kelsey Hill. Centering ball. Chance. On the chest. I reckon when we turn around, we might find that is that player again, Georgia Haberley.
She's just too big and strong for her opponent, or her opponents. She's had more than one back there today, Dave.
So Haberley, about 25 out, pretty much directly in front. 12 goals 8 becomes 13 goals 8 as she slots it through. There's Georgia Haberley, who kicks at least her third. And it's 13-8-86 to North Launceston, yet to score.
Yeah, she's just given them something up there today. And again, from an Ash Smith viewpoint, the Launceston coach, it's not about what the scoreboard says. He'd be looking at what his players are doing. And I mean, he'd be delighted, I'm sure, Dave, with Haberley's performance. I mean, the thing that's impressed me about her, she's just contests the ball really well on the ground, in the air. She's got that vision. They're the sort of things you want to see. The scoreboard's not important for Launceston today. It's just about getting those things right. And she's gone up now into the middle. So what a luxury that is.
Beautiful sight now here at Windsor Park. Probably see it on the stream. Just glorious sunshine. And now she's on the ball. Haberley over to Kelsey Hill. Further afield there towards Lanza. One of those defenders who's had a bit of a quiet day. There's a tackle laid there on Schoenmaker. It'll be a baller on the centre wing. Dave Moore and Rob Soward here, calling the women's footy this afternoon. So ball at the bottom of the contest. Let's get another ball up. Been playing nearly 16 minutes in this third quarter. 13-86. Plays yet to score for North Launceston. Ball spills out. North almost a chance to go forward there. But shrugging the tackler's Kickoak. Schoenmaker towards half forward. Lovely pick up. Back to Schoenmaker. Pick up there was from Sienna Smith. Beautiful team play here from Launceston as Lefevre cruises past. Kicks inside 50 and hits Radford on the chest. That's high skill, Rob. That passage of play right there.
Yeah, they're impressive, Launceston, in that regard. They are just a very highly skilled team.
Radford senses he's too far out to score. Spears the pass in. Oh, that's a push in the back, is it? No. Good strong play, says the umpires. North Launceston clear the area, but it comes straight back here now to Hallie Thompson. Plays on. Kick to the pocket. A lot of players around the contest. Who can emerge? North Launceston working hard. Handball. Comes to the side of the contest there from Kia Rogers. Eventually the ball spills out of bounds.
Yeah, their skill is at an elite level, Dave. And I was just watching in that previous centre clearance, Hill, Haberley, just their skill by hand and then by foot to hit targets. It's elite. And that's why they're the top side in this competition at this stage of the season.
Comes to the front of the contest. Bursting through there is Haberley. Gets caught. The ball spills out of bounds. Game coming up soon is the men's game. You can watch that on YouTube, the AFL Taz station, or you can listen to City Park Radio, 103.7 and 96.5 from anywhere in the world. Little dummy out of defence there by Groves. Kicks it to the wing. Mark taken over there by Thompson.
Thompson running out of time here. The Blues are obviously going to be the only side that can score, you'd think. Thompson sends it. All North at the back. Punched away. Sits outside 50. Kelsey Hill. Crum. Misses the target. She's got Haberley leading the race for it. I think the time clock might win this one. There's still time. Got to be a shot on goal now, and there is, and it's out on the full. So I reckon that'll be it. As we head into three-quarter time, it'll be Launceston 13-8-86. North Launceston yet to score. Quickly through the goal kickers that we have. We've got Georgia Haberley with 3, Georgia Hill with 2, Jamie Todman with 2, Hallie Thompson with 2, Meg Radford with 1. There are 3 we missed, as we said. We got fogged in or fogged out, depending upon which way you want to look at it. But Dave Moore, it's been an outstanding display from the Launceston Blues today. Yeah,
very similar quarter to the first quarter, where they kicked 5 goals to 0, and I think it was 8 goals at half-time to the... Yep. If I remember rightly, and now it's 13. So they kicked 5 in that first and 5 in the third quarter. Too many avenues to goal. Great skill there from their midfield. They won just about every clearance. And North Launceston are trying hard. They've got another quarter here to try and get some score pressure on the board, see if they get themselves a couple of inside 50s. But the Blues at the moment just too dominant, Rob.
They are too dominant, and if you're the North Launceston coach, what you want to do, I reckon, you want to take something out of this and, try and break even as best you can the last quarter, Dave. So we'll leave it for a couple of moments. We'll have a little break and we'll be back to you at Windsor Park. But at the moment, it's Launceston 13-8, 86 North Launceston yet to score. Third turn. Shot is on target by the looks of things.
You waste no time. Kicks inside 50, over the back. Chance here for a snap. Good tackle from behind. She still gets a boot to it, and it rolls through. Oh, an interesting goal that is from Jamie Todman. Hit the bag last week.
Tackle from behind, gets it away. Hill. Pressure. Keating. Back to Hill. I think that's cleared the hands, and that's going to be a goal to Launceston. Pressure incredible there from the Blues.
Might come back here through Thompson, though. Inside 50. Bouncing footy, picking it up there is Todman. Worked away in the game. Beautiful spin, Jamie Todman. This could be one of the goals of the week. It is! Jamie Todman. Oh, front. 12 goals 8 becomes 13 goals 8 as she slots it through. There's Georgia Haberley.
Welcome back here to Windsor Park. Rob Sowd and Dave Moore in this week's edition of the NTFA Premier Division Women's Competition. It's all Launceston Blues at the moment, 13-8-70, 13-8-78.
13-8-86.
13-8-86. My maths isn't working off Launceston to get the score. Rob Sowd and Dave Moore. And Dave, it's just been terrific here in the background. You probably hear it through the effects mic. The Killers, it just brings back the memories of that 2017 Richmond Grand Final where Jack Roy-Walt, other than being a star full forward, was the lead singer of the Killers for that rendition.
Is that the Adelaide one?
Yeah, that was the Adelaide one.
First
Absolutely.
one, of course, yeah.
Absolutely.
Speaking of VFL, it's the Giants, 2 goals straight, Lions 1-3-9. Early days there in that game up at the Gabba.
Yeah, a game here in Launceston last night, as our listeners will know, and in a thriller, low scorer, the Hawks got it done and maintained that terrific home record. I think Dave, I know you would know, but I think the last 3 times they've met, the margin's been 3 points.
Yeah, pretty incredible. And I rate Adelaide still. I think they might be there and thereabouts at the end of the year. Now the NTFA Premier Women's Games, Deloraine 128 lead Longford 12 at Longford, and South Launceston 44 lead Scottsdale North. So Scottsdale is going through a little bad patch at the moment in the women's as we're underway in the last quarter, Rob.
Away we go, and as I said earlier, it'll be just important for North to get something out of this last term. Kick oak in the ruck, debut player today, wins the tap and taps it to herself. Or out on the wing position, Launceston looking to set something up, and set it up they will. Shannon Dunn been good today. Ball goes back towards the middle of the ground. Blues lead the race. Pressure from North Launceston's been terrific though, and that was Bree Icon on that occasion. In there, ball spills. Desperately would be looking for something, as I said. The results are not in doubt, but certainly if you're North Launceston, we'll be looking for some real positives to come out of this last term, and we saw a lot of good signs in that second term from their defence that held up really, really well under relentless pressure from the Launceston Blues team. All comes away here for the Blues, bounces past Hill. It's been one of Launceston's best today. Great tackle effected on that occasion on it was Shani Templar. Haven't seen a lot of it, but when she's been involved. She's a real 100% effort player all the time.
She's moved forward too, Rob.
She is.
Get into the play a little bit. It's on attacking 50. They try and work it out there. Do North Launceston through Fox. Coming back in though. Lefevre, little kick. North Launceston player comes out to meet it. Off the ground there by Bailey. Here's a chance now to work it out. Atkins. Might have been dropping the ball there, but play on, says the umpire. Smith gets it further forward. Trying to break through there is Hill. Tackled pretty well. Holding the ball possibly. Here's Templar. Snapping for goal. And kicking one for Launceston. Shani Templar kicks her first, having moved up from defence. And that's a goal there to Launceston. 14-8-92. Leading North yet to score.
Yeah, Templar's an interesting player in that, as you say, Dave, she does play in the back half. We did the game here a couple of weeks ago, and we had a Templar at one end in the full forward area and one at full back. But Shani Templar's just a real, like I said, it's just 100% effort all the time, and that's just a classic example of that there, and reward for effort for her.
So in the middle of Windsor Park, which is sun-drenched now.
No fog to be seen.
From the hit out there, that was the number 23 in Cashin. Goes slightly into north direction. Trying to pick it up there was Binns. Here's opportunity now if they can win the one-on-one and go forward. It's at their half-forward line. Good tackle there late on Lanza, and they will go inside 50 here. North Launceston, you'd think. Jade Binns has it. Kicks it inside their attacking 50. Front position, couldn't quite take the mark. There was Ewington. Tackle laid. Charlie Powell. Here come the Blues through a handball. It's inside the centre square now. Pick it up nicely for the Launceston. It was done. They work it to the wing. Bailey can't quite pick it up. And we'll get a ball up, centre wing. It's 92 Launceston, yet to score North Launceston. Rob.
Yeah, they have just found Launceston just too tough today. As we said earlier in the season, it was pretty one-sided. I thought it may have been a little bit closer today, but the Launceston Blues they've just been tuning up, I guess, as the season's gone on. They've been getting better every week. Started, I think, it's the ladder round 3 weeks ago in third position, and then up to second, and now equal top. And certainly today, just a dominant performance. All out on the wing. Take nothing away from North Launceston, though. I really like the way they've just continued to try and exert that physical pressure. They come away with it here. And it could be an inside 50. Mark taken there by Kelsey Hill, and the Blues look to run it out. Nice kick there, taken. That was Hayley White. As a run, kicks to the wing position, looking for it looked like Jamie Thompson. Thompson comes up with it. Beautiful play from Thompson. Marks the handball up though. She did all the hard work, trying to find a teammate there in Lefevre. Lefevre, good balance, gets knocked off her feet by Groves from North Launceston. Umpire says that's mine. So a couple of fumbles. Players will be getting a little bit tired, you'd reckon. It's been hard work today. Very foggy and slippery early, and it certainly makes it really, really hard to get clean possession of the footy. This surface is pristine, as we've said, and we even had a chance to chat to Maxie Walker in the break, who umpired on it, and he was commenting on just what a good surface it is. All inside 50, North defence doing their hard work. Atkins through her hands. Launceston with the numbers. Beautiful pick up and taken away there by Jaylene Bailey. Just a high kick out of defence. Bowman lost it. Picks it up. Umpire says that's holding the ball. And again rewarding the North Launceston players for their physical presence around it. And Jade Binns on that occasion effecting a really, really good tackle. And she's going to get the free kick.
Jade Binns on the wing. Had a couple of nice things this quarter. Plays on. Runs a full measure. Kicks to the front edge of the square and has a target down there. Takes the mark in Kiana Ewington. So Ewington goes wider. I can't quite take the mark over there, but kicks it off the ground. Inside 50 well and truly here, North Launceston. Radford works it out by hand. Out to Hayley White. Escapes from defence. Kicks up the wing. Taken nicely there by Delta Witt. Takes a bounce. Gets around and tackle with ease. Just got the hands free. Kicks to half forward, but came back and taking a nice mark. It's Cleo Creswell, the vice captain for North Launceston. Creswell in the centre of the ground. Eichen picks it up nicely. Kicks to the wing. But coming out, taking the mark there is the ruckman in Bowman. Switches play nicely. Kelsey Hill has got an absolute acre of space, but she doesn't take it. Kicks straight away. Finds Schoenmaker. He goes sideways back to Kelsey Hill, who's still on her own. But, spears the pass up towards Templar. Can't quite take the mark. She'll probably get it back to Hill here. She does. Hill round the corner kick. Inside 50, touch play on. You can hear the umpire. Taking away nicely there is Todman again. Will she get a good bounce? Yeah, Hill this way, that away. Georgia Hill. What a great goal that is from the angle. Threw it on the boot from close to the boundary line and kicked a fine goal for the Blues. And that's the third goal that we know she has kicked. And it's 15-8-98 to yet to score.
Yeah, it's just a classic example of what Launceston do. They just keep working and working and working, and then you've got that brilliance. You know, good strength from Shani Templar there, providing a contest, and then that brilliance of Georgia Hill. And like I said, it's a luxury for them today, Dave, to have her sitting in that forward line. Normally we see her across half back where she's a real set-up player for them, but she is just a terrific athlete, and the third goal that we're aware of for her today.
Back in the middle of Windsor Park. Ball's tossed up. Bowman unopposed. Hits straight to her opposition ruckman there in Creswell. So they're going to escape here. North Launceston inside 50. Eichen. Can they get a score on the board? No. Here they come, Launceston. Cleared out nicely. Up to the wing. Paddled in front of her there was the number 8 in Ella Creswell. It's good, Rob. They've, I think it's at third inside 50 now this quarter. I know it doesn't sound much, but when you've battled hard all day to get the ball past the centre, they've actually had a couple really purposeful entries.
Yeah, they have, Dave, and the character of this side is just terrific. I mean, you look at the scoreboard, it's one-way traffic, but it's easy to put your cue in the rack and drop your head, but they're playing like it's 0-0, and that again, if I'm a North Launceston coach, that's just a positive I'm taking out of today. They've had some really good play in their defensive half of the ground where they held Launceston up for most of that second term. So again, on their learning journey, there's a lot of positives to take out onto the training track this week.
No doubt about that. Don't forget with the men's game coming up pretty soon. It's going to be past the advertised time because we've gone a bit over time here today with the various games that have been on. But Matthew McGee and Max Walker will join us on the live stream and also on City Park Radio coming up pretty soon after the final siren here. Now City Park Radio listeners are going to join us in about 7 minutes' time. Which will be pretty much on siren time here, I'd say, in this last quarter. Bauman picks it up. She's slung in the tackle. Kick forward there by Binns, but only as far as Lefevre. Handball to Kelsey Hill. Centering ball now towards Smith. Smith gets it to Haberley with a 45 kick. Haberley plays on straight away. Templar can't quite take the mark. Oh, gee, she lays a big tackle on her opponent there, and Bailey. They somehow get it out through Atkins into the centre of the ground, and the Blues will come away with it.
Hill leading the race for the ball. Kelsey Hill being one of their best today. Picks it up, goes by hand, misses the target. Gets it back. Just runs to the right spots, just Hill. That's a clever little kick, but North defender dropped what they could have taken. I was going to call that there to Ella Creswell. Couldn't quite hold it. Pressure around the foot is still terrific for such a late stage of the game. And North come away with it. Groves drops what she should have taken, gets it back, gives it, and goes. That's Kia Rogers out there. Nice tackle on her. Launceston come away with it. Again, as I said, the pressure around the ball's terrific. Beautiful tackle. Umpire says that's going to play on. Player gets up. Inside 50. It's gone over Keating's head. Todman to Keating. Keating. Got Templar leading the race for it. Templar's only got to keep it in front of her. Oh, beautiful smother. Templar picks it up again. Teammate in the goal square. Hill goal. So, unlucky North Launceston on that occasion. Their efforts around the footy absolutely outstanding. But Launceston's second, third, fourth efforts telling the tale. Georgia Hill, at least her fourth for the day. And we get up into triple figures. Launceston move on to 16 goals, 8, 104. North Launceston yet to score. But if there's a highlights package during the week, Dave, I'd love for viewers to see that just in terms of Launceston's pressure, third and fourth efforts led to that goal.
Absolutely, and I like the work of Templar up forward. It's not easy sitting at full back all day, not getting a lot of involved in the game, but she's moved forward and presented a lot of times for the on-ballers of Launceston and giving them a target to kick to. So from the centre, bursting clear now, the Blues through the agency there of, that was Leilani Kickoke, inside 50. Nice pick up, ends up here with Emma Groves. Kicks to the centre of Windsor Park, but it's all Launceston getting back as Haberley. Loses the handle, has support from Kelsey Hill. She handballs over the top, Radford. Smart little kick, I think it might have been towards the agency of Kickoke. She's up against two Bombers, works hard, is held without it. Takes off straight away with a free kick. Kickoke off the side of the boot, but it might work out okay. Taking a good mark there is Todman. She's going to roll it in for another brilliant goal. Oh, what a goal by Todman. That's her second classy effort today. And that one just took a beautiful little bounce to the right just at the end and through the goals. And that's her third goal we know about, Rob. And an impressive young player.
Yeah, she is. And, the thing that's impressed me, Dave, is that she does the little things really, really well. And, she had nothing to aim at there. It was just real eye of the needle stuff, and she's a quality player.
17-8-1-10 is the score now. Pretty sure that's right. The people in the box next to us are just a little bit obscuring the scoreboard, but I'm pretty sure you got 17-8, Rob? Yep. Thumbs up. Underway once again. Yeah, it's been a highlight today, some of the goals kicked here. I have to nominate a couple of these in the the Goal of the Week competition. I think it's a competition, but it's just a highlights reel they put up every week, which is a great effort by AFL Taz. As Haverley gets it forward now. Taken nicely by Groves. Off half back. Good distance with the kick, but there's a nest of Blues back there. Kells Hill can't quite take it. Kicking it clear there was Borrowdale to the wing. Schoenmaker shuffles it forward. They dive in. Jantier bins. Kicks towards half forward here, but getting back nicely is Ruby Carras. In defence for Launceston. Carras, funny old kick, might work out okay. Launceston player tried to escape up against a heap of Romans players there, Hallie Thompson. They fight on hard. It'll be a ball up centre wing. We've been playing about 12 or 13 minutes in this last quarter, so about 5 minutes left of this contest. Over to you, Rob.
Ball just in front of us here. North are going to come away with it. As we've said, they've hung tough despite the scoreline. Hill. She's just a class player. Kelsey Hill to assist to Georgia. Georgia sends it inside 50. Ball bouncing around. North Launceston players sort of spoil each other. Jolene Bailey underneath it. Picked up. It's Rogers. Sends it back out towards us here. Kick out with a nice mark. It's got a good debut as kick out. Caught. Good tackle. Umpire says that's holding the ball. That's fantastic reward for effort there. And Layla Jane Atkins, she's certainly been one of their better players today, North. And a teammate there, fumble. Ewington goes back. Rogers, she's battled hard all day. It's all North Launceston around the footy at the moment. They're running out of time and running out of space. That's going to be holding the ball. Yep, plenty of opportunity there. Charlie Powell turned into a bit of trouble, turned left, turned right, and then ran straight into the Leilani kick-out. Who effected a really, really good tackle on the true wing position. Kick-out sends that forward, looking for Hill. Hill pushes her opponent out of the way, can't quite glove it though. Delta Witt toes it off the deck. Been a bit quieter from Delta today, but when she's been involved, it's been quality. She's an absolute class player in this Blues outfit. A couple of minutes to go here at Windsor Park. Rob Sauer, Dave Moore, 17 goals, 8, 110 North Launceston yet to score. Inside the final 2 minutes. North Launceston resolute in defence. Back towards Kick Oak. He's got all day to pick this up. She's got Power chasing her. Gets round her. Dustin Martin, don't argue. Taken onside 50. It's Todman. She's had a cracker of a game. Jamie Todman.
Welcome here to Windsor Park, to our City Park radio listeners, and we're just finishing off the women's game here, Rob. We've got about a minute to go.
And inside the final minute, Dave. It's 17 goals, 8, 110 to North Launceston yet to score. And a beautiful mark taken there. Shani Templar, the normal fullback for the Blues, has gone forward and she's done some really, really good things this quarter. Kicked a goal, set another one up, and she's taken a mark and she's got a shot on goal inside. This will be, I reckon, probably the last score action of the game. We're inside that last minute. In fact, I think we've got about 45 seconds to go. That heads goalwards, off hands, and that's through for one behind, which takes them on to 17 goals, 9.
111.
111 to North Launceston yet to score. We obviously have to move on quickly when this game finishes to Dave for the men's coverage. But I guess if I was summing it up, Dave, it's just been a terrific team effort from Launceston. We've had Georgia Hill, Jamie Todman, Georgia Hagley, multiple goal scorers there, Hallie Thompson. So it's just been an all-round team effort, I'd suggest.
And the game began in fog, Rob. First quarter, we could barely see half the ground. It was amazing. Here's a snap-on goal. Whitchurch couldn't quite get purchase on it. They might rush it through here, North Launceston. They do 17-10, 112 to North Launceston yet to score. So we'll have the men's game coming up pretty quickly after this. As the final siren sounds, Rob, 17-10, 112. And North Launceston at no score. We might go through those goal kickers, bearing in mind that we missed 3 due to the fog.
Yeah, we did. We couldn't see. And we did check with the timekeepers, and they're in the same boat as us. So with what we know, Georgia Hill with 4, Jamie Todman 3, Georgia Haberley 3, and Hallie Thompson 2 singles to Meg Radford and Shani Templar. and as I said, there are a couple of others that we may have missed. But just an all-round team effort from the Launceston Blues. Take nothing away from North Launceston, though. They certainly battled hard. Their intensity in the last quarter was as it was in the first quarter. They didn't let up. They were relentless in their attack on the footy. And if I'm the North Launceston coach, that's a real positive that I'm taking out of it. And, you know, they're a new side, Dave, to this level. They're a new side to this competition. And one thing I always hope when I see new sides is that they keep that bulk of players together, do a pre-season together next season, and I'm sure there's big things ahead for them. But take nothing away from Launceston. They've been the dominant side today, equal top of the ladder coming into it, and they've only franked their credentials in that spot, notwithstanding the Deloraine will have a comfortable win over Longford. So 17 goals, 10, 112 Launceston. North Launceston yet to score. It's Rob Soward on behalf of Dave Moore and myself signing off here from Windsor Park as all gets in readiness for the men's fixture coming in shortly.
Thanks, Rob, for being with us on Park Radio, albeit briefly. And you'll get our minds now set for the men's game. And while we can go to commentators here, so I'll turn down the fixed mic. It's a bit of Sandman, I think, comes over the PA. And we'll chat to Tony while we swap over our commentators here. Tony, you're down on the ground. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dave. Yeah, I was saying that earlier too.
Yes.
Look, it's great conditions down here at the moment. The ground is an absolute picture. When I first turned up, it's the first time I've been here this year. I just thought someone to swipe your park and put it over here. It's so smooth. They've done a great job with the ground. It's still very good condition. There's a bit of rain overnight. I woke up anyway for the night and there's a bit of a downpour. There's only a little bit of surface damage. I reckon the sun will soak it up pretty soon. I reckon we're in for a good game of footy. I don't think the ground's going to have too much of an impact on it. In terms of the two teams, I know that there's no changes to either team at this point in time. This is going to be a really good game. I think the Launceston guys are really keyed up to have a real crack at North. First time they played, you know, it's the first time a lot of those guys were sort of playing together in a long time. Quite a few guys have come back from NTFA clubs.